Well, hello, Capricorns. How are you guys doing today? Oh, we're almost to the end of the week, right? Well, I'm doing this actually on a Thursday. So if you're watching it live, then you'll see me on Thursday. And otherwise, well, it's almost the end of the week. And we've got a weekend coming up. So it's sort of a weekend reading as well. But I'm going to start doing weekend readings on Fridays for 3 days. See how that goes if people really like that. So if you do like a weekend reading for your sign, just hit me up on a comment or a chat and say yes, that kind of thing. So any new news? Let me think about that. Well, we got a new moon. And the energies, I looked at the planets and the energies for the end of the month, and they're very interesting, which we'll get into. The other thing is, I think the only new news I have is please be mindful when you're looking at comments, other people's tarot reading or tarot readers. If you're a tarot reader, there are scammers out there that are trying to get you through either spell casting, all that kind of stuff. I don't know how they squeak through mine, but they actually are trying to get you to hire a spellcaster, and the phone numbers on there are a Nigerian number or the Gmail. You can't track it very easy with the Gmail, but they are a Nigerian number. So they can also, just so you know, I've got a criminal justice background and I studied fraud and scams. I've been to Africa, seen how all this works. So they can also be an American phone number. If you're in the UK, I don't know, you should probably, they do have a UK number probably. They're called dump phones. So they'll start with a 971 number. And as soon as they are starting to get caught or caught on, or they are out of credits, then they throw the phone and get a new phone. So you'll never get your money back. They'll never be caught. And it's just a joke to them. So there's no remorse whatsoever. So just be mindful. If you have any questions or think somebody's being scammed or you're being scammed, please email me, either address. I'm there to help. All right. It's all free. There to help. And then also even romance scams, online dating scams. I've helped people all over the world. So just save your money for your pocket. All right. So we've got some energies coming out. Woo! So this end of this month is actually really, really interesting. So we've got sad embrace and a sacred pool. Now, I haven't seen the sacred pool for a very, very long time, so I'm going to read that one. Sad embrace does not mean an ending of something. You just have to, maybe you're going through something. So don't get really discouraged with that. The end of the month, I have some news for you, and I'm not going to tell you right at the moment because I'm going to read sacred pools, and that's actually coming up. So there's a lot about the end of the month coming up. But in all the signs, it's actually pretty close the same, but each sign is a little bit different. So we've got the sacred pool, and it is upright. So when you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The sacred pool card asks that you focus on self-love, self-esteem. We're all work in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself, which is very, very true, because this is actually sort of where the moon is leading, okay? Just while I get the cards ready and shuffle a little bit. So at the beginning of the month, we had Mercury opposing Pluto, which means things weren't quite being answered. Things weren't as they seemed. We were sort of in a kerfuffle. We didn't know really what was happening, going on. It's been this whole pandemic, right? So, but it's even more so at the beginning of the month because Mercury is still coming through the month. But at the end of this month, when Venus opposes Pluto, we have the same problem. So we don't have the answers. We still aren't sure. We still don't know really what's going on. But the thing that throws into the pot is Venus throws in passion and desires. So there's passions and desires that are quite being answered. So maybe somebody's just not saying like, I love you, but they actually do love you. So there's like a little question. Does he really love me? Does she really love me? But it's really there, but it's not seen. So it could be that. It also could be communication. Communication in words. So that is a big one for the end of the month, which would make a lot of sense. So this sad embrace might be just that you're not getting the answers, and that they will come, but just hang on, because it's a slow process. The way the planets are, I don't want to go into all that, but the way that the planets are moving, it's a slow process. Mars is coming in. Mars is starting to slow down. It's going to be a powerful incoming of Mars, but also too, it could be just that you're not getting the answers quite yet, and that's what's making you sad. Or maybe, unfortunately, if you lost a job, which you worked really, really hard for, that was the first card out. Maybe that's something that you really worked hard for. It's something you didn't expect. Maybe something you did expect, and it was lost on that. So this is a time for loving yourself, self-reflection, finding out what you want. And that also is part of the moon's process, the new moon process coming in. This is especially between the 27th and the 31st. You're going to want to really, really think and self-reflect, self-look in the mirror, self-reflect, because that's the energies of the 27th through the 31st. The energies are to really, what is my strongest value? What is my strongest priority? And it better not be work, because you know what? When you die, nobody wants to say, well, I knew I was a workaholic, or he just loved to work. You don't want a character, like, oh, he was so loving, he was so kind, he was so gentle. Things that are not of the earth, if you know what I mean. So that's the time of self-reflection. Sometimes people get actually very sad when they have to look at themselves, especially if they've been through trauma and they don't know how to deal with that yet. That's why I have the life balance coaching, because I was there. So, that self-embrace, that self-love, and these couldn't go better hand in hand, right? Self-love, sad embrace, give yourself a hug kind of thing. And it's okay. Hugs are good. I love to hug. So, but please don't let it be work that you're thinking about too much. That's not balance. That's not balance. All right. Page of Swords. Something new coming in. Something with, again, communication, truth. I was going to say truth or dare. Truth. Looking for the truth. It is facing that Pentacles. Ooh, we got a lot of work in Pentacles. Material stuff. We've got a lot of stuff with materialism going here. So somebody needs to self-reflect on their materialism, finding out really if that is important, because you're used to really nice things, luxury. You're looking at all those kind of things. Yeah, and the Page of Wands is actually facing that work. It's time to sort of, you can, whatever, if you did lose your job, you can look back there and say, okay, I lost it, and that's it. But then move forward. All right. Same with the luxuries. You got to look at those. Look in and embracing that yourself. Look at those and say, you know what? I'm complicating myself with all this stuff. We need to simplify life a little bit. We don't need all this stuff, kind of thing. So Knight of Cups is about coming in with some actual, he's romance and offering. He's also a messenger of some sorts. Not quite sure what he's bringing as far as the message. We'll find out here shortly. Okay. A lot of cups too during this. So we have the Seven of Cups. So, somebody walked away. I don't know if it's work. Walked away with something. Walked away from something with shame. Walked away from something with like more of a negative attitude rather than a positive attitude. Somebody walked away with something, a little bit of shamefulness, sort of like, man, I shouldn't have done that. And it's walking away from the Knight of Cups. So somebody has something inside that they need to rectify. And again, maybe that's where these two come in hand, So maybe something happened that maybe you didn't mean to do it. Maybe you need some self-reflection of, you know, man, and we all do it. We all say things that we don't really shouldn't say, but oh, okay, thank you. So the thing is with that, make sure the end of the month you're speaking. Think before you speak, because those words are actually powerful and they are going to come to fruition. The end of the month is actually about end of the month is actually about planting the seed, and the seed is actually communication, speaking. It's words. So when you plant those seeds, whoever you speak them to, they're going to take hold, and that's what they're gonna go by. So if you're saying mean things, they're going to believe that. If you're saying things of love, and man, this is the time to do it. It's time to do it. King of Wands, again, we're back to communication. Looking at communication, being confident in that communication, having strength in that communication, and having forward positive movement with that vacation, because yes, the end of the month is a seed. We are planting something new, something to bring love and joy, because it's about passion and desire at the end of the month. And also too, that it's going to happen. So this is a playful thing. This is a thing that we want to enjoy and have fun with, and yeah, be like a little kid with, but it's also fresh and pure. So that, you know, that's what words can have power from. But for whoever this is, I've got an energy. I don't know who his energies is, but they're really not happy with themselves. They're a little bit sort of ashamed of themselves, but they didn't know any better at the time. Does that make sense? I don't know who that's for. You know what? What's done is done. You've got to just put that in the past. And if you need to communicate, if you need to say you're sorry, if you need somebody to tell you that they're sorry, you know what? You can't do that. You can't control somebody else. You just have to know whether you're going to allow them in your circle or not. So, yeah. All right, Capricorn. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, so I was on track of that. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. If this is you, don't beat yourself up, because it will keep you stuck and keep you not moving forward. So whatever this is for you, own it, express it, move on. Let it go. Put it in the garbage can. Let it go, and then it will be gone forever. All right. Don't dwell on that. Woo. Okay, well, just show me. Don't throw them. The cards have been really actually active. They've been, I sort of re-energized them, but the thing is that they've been really active. They've been flying all over the room today. All right. I'd like to know what this new thing is coming. I can feel a new thing coming. I don't know who that's for. Something new. I don't know, that could be somebody saying, well, it could be for anybody. There's always that negative nanny out there, isn't there? All right. Yeah, temperance. Temperance. Beautiful, beautiful temperance. So temperance is about balance, spiritual balance, earthly balance. It's about looking at everything in a positive manner, more spiritual, more intuition. Look at your intuition. When you come and you like, as far as your intuition, like things like of this matter and this about this. It's all about, you know, how you look at things. So your intuition, you've got to pay attention into that, because your intuition is all about love and light. God is your intuition. Your spirit is your intuition. So, you know, that's all righteousness, love, truth, all that kind of stuff. If it's not light, if you're feeling sort of like heavy, that's not the divine. That's not God. So you have to ask yourself, what can I do? Or what did I do? How can I fix it? How can I rectify it? And then move forward. and raise that vibration and energy. Raise it to him. You know, that's the whole idea. So, yeah, the temperance is it's big new beginning, but it's also very spiritual as well. Balancing that, sort of like when you see, oh gosh, what is the other card? I forgot which one it is. Anyway, very similar. Spiritual balance. Okay, Divine, show me what else there is. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, or excuse me, 2 of Pentacles, 7. I don't know where I got 7. Must have that in my head. So the 2 of Pentacles is, we're looking at maybe some balance, a little bit of trying to get back on focus, and that's again where our focus is for the week, is to get on balance. Think of yourself, what you're actually doing for yourself. What is that you value? What is it that is important to you? What is it that's a priority to you? What is that? Let me think about that for a second, right? Might take you more than a minute to think about that. Because this is a time, this end of this month is a time of reflection, a time of really thinking, communicating what is my passion, desires, what is important to me, what is that I value. And that's what you need to bring into your September, is those things that you value, prioritize, and start beginning to put other things on the back burner. Because sometimes we get too much going on, and then we lose focus on really what is important to us. So the 8 of Swords, feeling a little bit in bondage, feeling like you're tied, you can't see the future, you don't know, you don't want to think of the future too far out is what I'm getting, because it may never happen. Even though you can dream and work towards it, you know, God can throw a switch back in there or a twist, and you know what, now you got to recalculate, reanalyze, and all that kind of stuff. So it is good to plan in now, especially in, like I said, beginning of the month was uncertain, the end of the month is uncertain. Weather is doing really weird stuff right now. The end of the month is uncertain, so it is an uncertain time. So don't sweat the small stuff, because it's all going to pass. It's going to pass. September has a whole bunch of new energies because Mars is coming in. Anyway, we have the Page, and we have the Queen of Wands. Again, we have the King of Wands. We have a marriage of King, Queen, and Page. All about communication. I'm telling you, the moon is not lying. The moon is not lying. You got to get your ducks in a row about your communication skills. And then we have the 7 of, that was the last reading, 7 of Pentacles. Work. Not too worried about work. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. It was this reading. You have doubles. Lots of doubles. I've had so many doubles today, I'm confused. So what it is that you're working on, maybe you're working on yourself, okay? The 7 of Pentacles is more of a material kind of thing, but it also can mean, what is it that I've worked so hard on? What have I'm now sitting down, I'm looking and thinking about this whole process of what I've worked on. What is that, you know, what am I doing? And you're reaping the rewards, because if you look between the Pentacles there's grape leaves and stuff. Although, if you look at the grape leaves, you might see some harvest, but it's not quite there. So now just sitting, waiting back and looking and waiting for that harvest. That's the end of the month, people. That's the end of the month. Capricorn, that's the thing. We plant the seeds right now because it's all going to happen. It's amazing. It's amazing. But you've got to water that garden. You've got to give it some fertilizer. You've got to hoe it to keep the weeds out, which could be toxic people. You've got to water it. You've got to maintain it. It's got to have the right amount of sun. You know, you got to talk to it. People are like, what do you mean you don't talk to your plants? My house is full of plants. I'm an empath. I need them. So, and my daughter's like, how do you do it, Mom? I just said, I just talk to them. Yeah. Woo. Maybe these came in upside down. Yeah. Well, this isn't really a time for celebration anyway right now. So it's a time for focusing on oneself. So there is, this coming up. So time to focus on yourself. This isn't really a time of celebration. This is time to work. This is time to figure things out. But the thing is, we are in the new moon. So this is creating abundance. Came in reverse. So creating abundance. So the King of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles is about actually making things happen, looking at what he has in the future, but it's upside down. So we're focusing on now. Focusing in on now. All right, Capricorns? Oops, wrong one. All right. Focusing in on now, focusing in on you, focusing in on communication. How am I going to communicate this? How am I going to tell them? How am I going to make them understand? Because my expectation and their reality isn't matching, or maybe their reality and their expectation and my reality isn't matching. So we have the Knight of Cups again. Didn't we have the Knight of Cups? Yeah. I'm getting all kinds of doubles. So I'm right on the money. I'm right on the money. Divine is saying, you're getting it, honey. You're getting it. Okay. So there is passion. There is an offering. There's a message coming. So in that, of course, there is. It's communication. So, hi there. So communication. Where are you from? And let's see. It is Anthony. That's cute. That's cute. So yeah, so communication, love, desire, passion, again, at the end of the month. It may be a message. Maybe somebody's going to come out and really say, maybe you've been friends for a while and they're going to come out and say, hey, you know what? I've always loved you, or I always just wanted to go out with you. I don't want to be this friend anymore. I want to be in a relationship. Or maybe there's a relationship saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. You're the love of my life. I want to get married. So it has to do with some type of passion or desire. It could be you saying that to somebody. Yeah. Hello, blessings. So the thing is, again, at the end of the month, communication, communication, communication. Okay, I've got so many wands and so much communication here. It's unreal. And again, the communication also has to be with yourself. Remember in the very, very beginning? Woo, New York, yay. You're way up north. I'm in Oregon. The communication has to be with yourself as well, because remember, it's about self-love. The sacred pool is about mirroring, looking at yourself, self-love, understanding that. So you have to talk to yourself in self-love as well, because maybe this is the part where you're sad. Maybe this is the part where that it's not coming together for you. Maybe this is the part that you just are either really, your vibrations are really low because maybe you're at a place where nothing is turning out, or you just, nothing's happening for you, right? Because that's a thought process. That's a thought process thing that can be changed or grown or transformed into a different manner. So that is, because that's going to, if you don't change that, communicate with yourself, that self-love, as the sacred pool was saying, you're going to stay in bondage. So we don't want to stay in bondage. And there's ways to do that. For those of you that don't know how to do that, and if this is you, that's why I put my Get Balanced stuff on the bottom, because for life coaching, I have so many free videos there for you to teach you that, to give you inspiration and light. So please go ahead and go on that. It's a YouTube channel, but it's through my website. Go on any of those free videos. Start lifting yourself, getting the communication, the positive. Remember, because at the end of the month, 27th through the 31st, whatever you speak out, whatever words you use is going to come into fruition. So you have to plant that seed very carefully. In September, or October, those little seeds are going to start sprouting. So make sure you don't speak negative or bad or unloving words even to yourself, because this is going to come to fruition. You know, I'm not a psychic, but I do know the divine, and I do know how he works, and I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. It's about self-love and loving others, and it does take work. It does take work, like we have here. It does take work to do that. All right. All right. Is there anything else? So did any of you guys have any questions? You're welcome. Oh, you're in Africa. Okay. What part of Africa? I've been in West Africa. So, yeah, so just know that this is a time of communication, a time of passion and desire at the end of the month. So, hopefully everything will sort of pan out, because you're just not going to have the answers that you really want by the end of the month. It'll come in next month in October. So the plant that we're planting the seed, but like this says, that celebration and the these two cards here, the Three of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not. Now it's time to sit back and watch. Wow, Ethiopia, you're a long ways. So I was in West Africa and Gambia. All right. So just understand that hard work that you're going to put into yourself in this next week, the 24th to the 31st, is going to pay off. You are going to be planting those seeds of positive, of love. Maybe touch into your spiritual side, what your belief system is, God, divine, wherever you're coming from, Allah, whoever your divine is. Because that is where your spirit is. That's where you lie. And that's where you really need to get all your answers. Not from me, just meditation and prayer. That's where you're going to get your answers. All right. All right, Capricorns. This has been quite the reading. And I thank you guys for popping in and telling me where you're from. I love that. That's why I do my readings weekly. I do them weekly. I do them live. And a lot of people do them pre-recorded. I only do that if I'm having internet issues or if I need to take a day off. I'm doing something else. So hopefully everybody will be safe. Everybody will be healthy. That is so important right now. We're having more outbreaks here in Oregon. Be more healthy. Please make sure if you subscribe to hit that bell. I appreciate it. We're a new channel. So hit that bell so you know when I'm on live. I'm going to do a collective reading for the first of the month. I'm going to be doing that here this coming Saturday. I should be posting that, but you'll know when I'm on live. So otherwise you won't know I'm on live. But remember, your signs will be weekly. So, all right. So I hope you guys have a great week. Be safe, be blessed. Think inner, think spirit. Focus on yourself. Don't worry about that sad embrace. That is just you working on yourself. And that's not fun sometimes. All right. We will talk to you soon. Oh, not a problem. Thank you so much. Love and light to you too. Take care. What time is it? 5 o'clock.